Hello, my name is Leanna Skibby, and I am so glad that you are able to gather with me today and to hear about the initiative that I have started here at Starbucks, and so that you guys can hear about the outcome of it. First, I'm going to give you a little background into myself and my story. I have been with Starbucks for about 6 years. I started as a barista in Wisconsin and worked my way up very hard to be a store manager after moving out here to Seattle. And being a store manager is where I learned so much about being a leader and about inspiring my team to meet a goal. My background is in environmental sustainability with an emphasis in leadership, and I have found a passion for sustainability and how it can have a positive impact in work and in my personal life. As a store manager, I was able to see all aspects of the store that I worked in. And by that, I mean I was able to understand how everything we did had an effect on our P&L, profit and loss statement. All of the waste adds up and is money spent by our store, taking away from our bottom line. With that, bringing my sustainability mindset to the table, I was able to understand how much the company was wasting, or just throwing into the landfill even though it could be diverted, like recycled or composted. The opportunity that I saw that needed to be addressed is the unnecessary waste that goes on in our stores. Like I said, having this sustainability mindset really opened my eyes to all that goes into a food and beverage industry. Working in about 11 different stores throughout the country, I was able to see how much was wasted by so many different employees. It didn't matter what state I was in. And then I had a spark that something needed to change. So I decided to delve deeper into my education and get more involved in the company in order to become a key player in creating change. Becoming a leader doesn't happen overnight, and it hasn't happened overnight for me, but I would like to share with you some things that I have learned. Dr. Kevin Gazzara has taught me that there are 3 leadership commandments. The first one is know thyself. The second is to understand others. And the third is to initiate and sustain change. This project that I am working on is just that. And those 3 commandments are the basic broad steps to my project. First is knowing myself. And with that, it is also becoming a sustainability leader. I have been growing into a better leader, taking on the creation of this Less Waste initiative. By this, I mean I have learned my leadership competencies. I have learned my communication style and how to better lead with the knowledge that I have, but also with a growth mindset, as we should never stop learning. These competencies listed here were some that I learned from Dr. Kevin Gazzara. The couple that really stick out to me, though, the most are the bottom 3. Stakeholder engagement, flexibility and adaptability to change, as well as ethics and integrity. I feel that those are key. And now, when talking about leadership, I really wanted to share this quote by Goethe. And I feel it really sums it up. Leaders have 2 characteristics. They know where they're going, and they're able to persuade others to go with them. Being able to bring someone alongside you to live out the vision is something that not everyone can do, and something I must say I am still learning in certain aspects of my job. But when I think about the great leaders I have had the privilege to work with, they have this persuasion and this inspiration. The next commandment is understanding others. This means moving from inward focus to outward. As a leader with Starbucks, it means looking at your employees, your teams, and the customers that you connect with. It means delivering what they want, not what I want. Lastly, the third leadership commandment is to initiate and sustain change. To me, this commandment sums up what it's like to be a leader. Like that quote earlier from Get Day, having people come along for the ride and then be able to have them take it further and have them take the reins, have them take control, have them lead, to create other leaders so that the changes can be sustained. That's the dream. With this project, I started to think about realistic ways to initiate and sustain change. It began with finding the opportunity I wanted to focus on, with the full intention it will grow larger over time and begin a movement within the whole company. This opportunity was to lessen the amount of waste that was created by employees within the Starbucks retail stores, specifically when they use single-use throwaway cups for their own beverage. Looking at the number of employees alongside the number of stores, it comes to about $4.1 million being wasted each year unnecessarily, along with the hundreds of millions of cups, a lot of which end up in the landfill and aren't diverted because of lack of compost or recycling facilities. Once I found the opportunity to address, I started building my coalition. This group was made out of mostly store managers from across the country, which I had connected with through my role on the board of our employee group, Partners for Sustainability. I was able to reach out, help them build chapter networks, work that I'm still doing, by the way, and use them as a network to initiate change. I worked with this group of store managers, collecting data around the current state of waste to compare it with the goal state in the future. The way that I went about this was to create a nationwide cup challenge. This challenge between stores that wanted to participate throughout the country, where they would compete against one another. And the basis of it is whichever store's employees used the least amount of single-use cups would win. Now, the reason that I made it a 30-day cup challenge was because they say it takes 21 days to build a habit. And I wanted this to make an impact, a lasting impact. After the cup challenge, we then went in and collected data from the after to see what change had occurred in the store. Since there are so many stores in our country, even the smallest impact goes a far way, and we have been able to divert millions of cups and save them completely. In conclusion, this process has greatly helped me grow as a leader and be able to create an initiative that could be sustained throughout the company. But it also can continue to grow and challenge the company in new ways, to think bigger when it comes to sustainability. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to my leadership journey, as well as how the initiative I have started has been so successful, and I cannot wait to share more growth with you in the future. Thank you.